Hello, it's Mamaw Gail, and today I'm going to show you how I fix my cooked cabbage. I've had some comments on wanting me to show them how I cook my cabbage. A lot of people will fry it, a lot of people put kielbasa or onions and all that in it. I don't care for it, I just like plain cooked cabbage. First thing you want to do is clean and wash your cabbage. And I've got two small heads here, so I'm just going to probably fix both of them. Pop it up like this right here. A lot of people will use cutting boards in this right here, but you can if you want to. But this is the way my mommy always cut her cabbage up, so I guess that's just the way I've always done it myself. I do a lot of stuff like she always done. Brings back a lot of memories though while I'm doing it, that's for sure. To make it a little bit easier, you can always do it like this right here. Just put you a couple of slits in it like that. Then just start cutting. And then the little core things, I always just toss them in the garbage. Once you get it all sliced up like that right there. Now, it's according to what size cooker you use, but it don't matter. I've got like it's a medium size, a little bit bigger than medium size, baby. But now this cabbage, see how full it is right now? When it cooks, it'll cook down about halfway. So anytime you're going to cook cabbage, always fix more than what you think you're going to eat, because half of it cooks down. So this cooker will only be about half full when it gets done. I'm going to add some pepper, salt. This right here is the snow-capped lard. There's a lot of food I cook with shortening, but then there's some I like to cook with lard. Like soup beans, I like it with lard. Cooked cabbage, I like with lard. And my mommy always used lard. That's about all she used was lard. I like that. Tablespoonful is what I call them. Now I'm gonna, put water in it. I guess I'm gonna put about halfway up on my cabbage, because there's a lot of water that cooks out of cabbage. So by the time it starts cooking down, there'll be plenty of water in it, and just watch it, and if it starts getting too dry, just add a little bit more before it gets done. I put my stove on high, put my lid on until it starts boiling. Then I'll turn it down just a little bit so it don't bubble over on my stove. Okay, it's a boiling a little bit. I was gonna tell you all, when I say tablespoon, I'm talking this tablespoon, not this little thing. There's a big difference in that tablespoon and this tablespoon. So I'm real bad to say a tablespoon, and I only need a tablespoon if I'm using this one for something, which is not very often. So right there is my tablespoons. I figured I'd let you just know, because I see it gets everybody confused half the time. Okay, I've cooked them about 20 minutes, and I've turned them back on high, and I usually let them cook a little bit till some of the water cooks down out of them, and then they're done. Mommy always cooked hers about 20 minutes. If I have something like that, she says don't, I'm just going to tell you what she said now. She said don't overcook them, because if you overcook them, it makes you belch. I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess she knows. Mine done her that way. And I've never really paid no attention, because I usually cook mine about 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And they're usually done. And you see how that's cooked down out of that cooker? I still got water in there that I need to cook out a little bit, so I'll be cooking mine a little longer than 20 minutes this time. Okay, now I'm going to do a taste test to see if I've got enough salt. Because you know, always average can't take it out. That's good, they're done. And that's how you make my cooked cabbage. And it'll even be better whenever I fix my soup, beans, fried taters, and my hush puppies to go with it. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. Now I'm going to show you how I make my hush puppies. Okay, I've got about half a cup of cornmeal. Now you want to do this to every how much you want to make, where it's just me and my husband. I'm just gonna fix a few, but you want to add more to this the more you want to make. tablespoon of tablespoon flour. You want to use more cornmeal than you do flour. Now I'm just going to add just a little tad of pepper. An egg. And I thought I seen a shell go down in there. I don't know if they're not. I got it. I thought I seen it go down in there. Let me add just a tad of milk. I'm just going to beat that egg up a little bit before I stir it all up. Okay. Now where I'm just fixing, like I said, just a little bit. I just chopped up about a half a small onion. You see what I done? I have to add more cornmeal because I got it too thin. That's not going to dip out in my shortening, my grease. See, if I know I was going to do that, I'd use the whole thing. Now let's see. Because you want it kind of stiff. You don't want it thin and runny because it'll run all over your shortening. Okay, right here is about the consistency that you want. You want it kind of thick. And I did add about another spoonful of flour since I had to add more cornmeal. Now you just want to get your grease hot. I use this little cover because I don't, well, like I said, I don't fix a whole lot of them. And now you can use a deep fryer or whatever how you want to do it. And then I just drop them in my hot grease. Drop them in my fat. Now just make sure you keep flipping them like that right there until they get as brown as you want them on both sides. See, I've got mine golden brown. So I think that's about as brown as I want mine. But you can do them as brown as you want to. If you like them a little browner, you don't like them as brown, just use your own judgment on how brown you want them. And that's the last batch. Good and crunchy. That's the way I like them. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. And I've got some sad news. Well, and good news. My last meet and greet is going to be this Saturday, November the 8th, at McDonald's in Whitesburg. And it's going to be from 1 to 4. Well, it's not my last meet and greet. I said that wrong. I meant it's going to be the last for this season. I'm not going to do more until after the holidays. I think it's going to be a fun one because they're going to have the Mamaw Gail meal, which is my favorite meal at McDonald's, is a Big Mac meal. And while I'm there, they're going to name the meal after me. And I'll be assigning the first 50 bags of the McDonald's bags. So get there early. And my manager will be there. And we'll be selling my spoons and my pictures like at all the other meet and greets. And that's what's going toward my cookbook that hopefully is coming out pretty soon. And I hope to see you all there this Saturday from 1 to 4. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail, and I'm going to fix my easy beef stew bake. Now you can use any brand of beef stew that you want to. I use 2 20-ounce cans. Now I'm going to rinse my cans out with a little bit of water because this beef stew is not very juicy. Okay, pour that water in there, and the beef stew will get a little bit juicier as it cooks. Now for the good part, I want to fix some cornbread to put off the top of it. Now that's about 1.5 cups, I guess, self-rising cornmeal. Then I'm going to use about 1/2 cup self-rising flour. Use more cornmeal than I do flour when I fix this. Stir it a little bit. Shake your buttermilk. Pour a little tad in there. Ever how much you want. Put 1/2 cup, a whole cup. Make it all mixed in with it or something, but I just use a little bit of buttermilk and then I use the rest water. Okay. Now just stir that real good to where it's kind of thin, because you want to pour it on there. I'm not going to dip it out like you would a biscuit or nothing. I'm just going to pour it. See? Pour that way. Okay, just give it a pour all over the place. It's hard for me to talk and pour too, so gotta overlook me sometimes. I get thinking about what I'm doing and I don't think of what I'm really doing. It's just me. Put it in the oven on 400. And I'll have to wait till it comes out to tell you how long to bake it, because I don't never time it. I just bake it till my bread gets done. There we go. Okay, it's done. Look how good that looks. I baked it about 40 minutes. Now I'm going to get some out and do a taste test for you. Well, it's a tad hot right now. I'll let it cool and I'll be right back. Okay, I cooled me a bite, so I'm going to taste it. I know you might think it's not going to be good, but give it a try, because it really is good. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail, and this is how you make my Aunt Callie's gingerbread. Well, they ain't nobody made gingerbread like my Aunt Callie did, I'll just tell you. I'm going to start out with, she said a 5-pound bag. But every time I've fixed it, and she said you have some left over. But I usually start out with about 3/4 a bag of self-rising flour. The next thing you do is take your hand and make you a well down in there, or a hole, if what you want to call it. And you all, I'm getting excited for Christmas. I always do 1st November. I know it ain't December, but I always get an early start at it because I've got so many. And I've already got my house pretty well decorated on the inside, and still like a little bit more on the outside, but I'll get it this week. I'll get it all done. Now, just push your flour up on the sides like that right there. Like the way I've got it there. Now just use 3 cups of sugar. Put it right over in there. And 2 cups of buttermilk. Make sure you shake your buttermilk. And there's 2. Now 2 eggs. Put that in there. And 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And you want to use 5 teaspoons of ground ginger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now here comes the messy part. Gotta use your hands for this. And Aunt Callie, on her recipe, she said, first thing she said, wash your hands. Love her heart. I've watched her, my mom, my grandma. I've watched them all do this with gingerbread. Oh, there's nothing like standing there watching your mama do gingerbread and just wait until she gets all that dough stirred up and everything real good. Waiting for a pinch of that gingerbread is what I was doing. And she knowed it. And that's what she'd do. You just got to go like this right here and get all that mashed up real good and incorporated. Then when she got all that dough fixed and everything, she'd always pinch off a bite and reach to me. And I was satisfied then. It was so good, I never will forget it. Just as you're stirring this in, after you get it all mixed up and incorporated real good and everything, just kind of just slowly get your flour like this right here. And just keep mixing it in with it until you get it all just right. I'll do this, just keep going around and around like this right here, blending that flour in with your mixture. Okay, when you get it to look about like this right here, you want to just take it and just fold it. You want to do it about like you would biscuit, or maybe fix it like or get it stiff like a cookie dough maybe. I'm trying to explain it to you and I don't know how. But then you want to spray your cookie sheet, which I'm getting ready to do because I forgot to do it a while ago. Well, my mama made it a little I think I got it right. It's pretty good. It does taste about like my mama used to. I love to get her gingerbread dough. It's still pretty good too. Okay, get your hands floured a little bit and just pinch it off like this right here. And just shape it. They always shaped it like that right there. And just put it in your pan. And get you another pinch. Kind of like a oval shape. Flare your hands. Every time you do that now, because if you don't, it's going to stick to your hands. Okay. There's the first pan. I'm going to put in the oven. I'll grate on 350, and I'll leave them in there between about 12 to 14 minutes till they start getting good and brown. You'll know when they get done when they're good and brown. Now some of the kiddos want me to make some gingerbread cookies out of some of this, so that's what I'm going to do now. Now I'm just going to flour my roller, roll them out a little bit, take a little gingerbread cookie cutter, put it there in that flour. Cut me out some little gingerbread men. Ain't they cute? Okay, they're done. Now I'm going to put the second batch in. Okay, now let's see if I can do this now. Get them up without turning them all to pieces. Oh yeah. Now I see why Aunt Callie really did this. Because it's complicated. I don't like cutting out cookies. Especially like this. The little gingerbread men turned out cute. Now if the kids want to do this and decorate them, that's fine. I'll let them have at it. But I ain't doing it no more because it's too hard to make these gingerbread men. I'd rather make gingerbread. I'm so glad I got a hold of my Aunt Callie's gingerbread recipe. Because to me, it's the best. You need to try it. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. And today I'm going to show you how I fix my homemade pumpkin pies. One 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. Now, you want to separate 3 eggs. Gotta be easy. I had one of them yolk separators at one time, but I don't even know where it's at. I can't find it. Okay, now I got my 3 egg yolks. Just put it right in there with my pumpkin. Now the white, if you want to, you can take a mixture and mix this fluffy. Put you like 1/4 cup of sugar in it. And then mix it real good to fix some meringue to go on top of the pie. And just put it in the oven and brown it. But I don't do that because my family don't like the egg white meringue. They won't cool it. Now you want to put 3/4 cup of sugar. Now I'm using 2 1/2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Now what you want to do is just put it on the, I've got mine on medium-high heat. And I just stir it until it gets hot. Stir it all up real good. Okay, it's getting hot. Starting to bubble a tad. I guess that means it's getting hot. Okay, I just remove this off of that burner until I get this done. But you want to put I've got 3/4 cup of cream. In my handy dandy bowl. Now you want to put 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now you want to twist this till all the lumps are gone out of it. Now what grandma do you know that don't save her Cool Whip bowls? Okay, I'm put this back over here, and I forgot something. You want to add a dash of salt. Now, just gradually add this in there. A little bit at a time. Just keep stirring. Stir, stir, stir. Until it boils and gets thickens. And when it thickens, then it's ready to put in your pie shell. The cream I use is evaporated milk. It's in a can. See, it's starting to boil. So just stand here and stir it until it gets thicker. You'll know, because when it gets the consistency that you need, it'll quit thickening. Be sure you stand here and stir this because you don't want it to scorch. See how thick it's getting? It's almost there. Okay, You all, I think it's about as thick as it's gonna get. See how thick that is? Okay, now your pie crust, I just bought a store-bought pie crust. You can fix the pie crust yourself if you want to. But I just bought a store-bought one. And just bake it, put it in the oven and bake it according to the package instructions. And just pour it over in there. Yummy, yummy. I love pumpkin pie. Now I'll just set it right here till it cools. Now let it cool completely and then put it in the refrigerator. You could probably, after it cools and everything, when you put it in the fridge, you could probably leave it in there for 2 or 3 hours until it sets good. You'll know when it sets. Okay, now I'm going to do a taste test. That's good without Cool Whip. And I don't usually care for it without Cool Whip. That's the main part for me, but now it'd be better with a big old chunk of Cool Whip on top of this. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Get me some Cool Whip pint. But it's good, you all. You need to try it if you want a quick and easy pumpkin pie. Y'all hungry? Hi, this is Mamaw Gail, and I'm fixing the easy dish for Thanksgiving, corn casserole. First, you just use a can of cream style corn and a can of whole kernel corn drained. It's just real easy to fix, quick and easy dish. You want to fix it for Thanksgiving. Now you want to put 1 cup or 8 ounces of sour cream. Now you want to add you a half a cup of melted butter. Oops, I made a boo-boo. It's not a half a cup of melted butter, it's a half a stick of melted butter. Yeah, I'm glad I caught that and corrected it. Now you want to add a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Just stir it all up real good. It's all mixed together. Now you want to spray your casserole dish. Now I'm using a 7x11. Just pour it in there. I wasn't sure if it would go good in a 9x13 or not, but now I'm going to put this in the oven on 350 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, it's done. Now I baked it for 45 minutes. And then I put it on broil and brown the top of it a little bit. But now some will put cheese on it. I'm not going to because I'm not that fond of cheese. And then there's others that don't care for cheese being on it. But if you want to, put it to it. If you want cheese on it, put cheese on it after you get it out. Put it back in the oven until it melts. I'm going to get a little bit out and do a taste test. I need to let it cool a little bit. That's all right. I'll get it out anyway. I think it's cool enough. I'm going to find out anyway. That is so good, you all. You definitely need to make this for Thanksgiving. It's my daughter Melissa's favorite. And some of the others like it too. I'll probably have to make a 9x13 for Thanksgiving though. So, give it a try. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. And today I'm going to fix my mommy's pumpkin bread. In a large bowl, 3 cups of flour. She had this wrote down. That's how I was going by the recipe this time. And make sure you use self-rising flour. 3 cups of granulated sugar. 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. It's a little over, I think. If I can get it shook off there. I have a problem with this later. A tad more ain't gonna hurt nothing, no way. I'm not used to measuring. And a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Here I go again. That's not so bad. You need to mix all this together. Tell I'm not used to that. I'm gonna get me a spoon. I can stir better with that. See, it goes a whole lot quicker. Okay, I think that's good enough. Just set your dry ingredients to the side. Okay, in another bowl, get your 4 eggs. Okay, that's 4. Now I'll use this little thing for the eggs. I might do that. Just beat them up real good. And then I'll add my other ingredients to it. That's 1 cup of oil to the eggs. And 1 cup of pure pumpkin, 100% pure pumpkin. I don't know why my mommy just said a cup. Because that don't leave but maybe a spoonful in the can. I'm going to use all of it. Yeah. Oops. Look at there. Just a little bit more. That little bit more. A little bit more ain't going to hurt that, I don't think. Because I'm making pumpkin bread. I'm going to use the whole can. If she was here, she'd probably call at me and whoop me for this. I just get all this stirred up good. Incorporate it together. Now, 3/4 cup of water. Just mix it all together real good. And then I'm going to put it in my dry ingredients. You want to spray your loaf pans. I'm assuming this makes 2. I'm going to make a well down in here pour all this in so that way it won't get so full at the top. Let's get all that stirred in together. Might take you a little bit, but it'll be good when it gets done. There we go. That right there looks about right. You don't want to stir it. Don't want to stir it too much. I want to flour my pans just a little bit to be on the safe side. Flour my pans, flour my floor. I'll flour everything. All right, here we go. Pour it in the pans. I'll try to get them even. Oh my. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, wait a minute. There went the spoon. Oh, goodness. My hand, it like to slip out of my hand, that bowl did. I got it. I got pumpkin all over my hand everywhere, but I got it. I guess that looks about even, don't it? Okay, we'll see. Everybody says a messy cook's a good one. And I'm a messy cook. Now I'm going to put these in the oven on 350. And then I'll let you know later how long it takes to bake. Probably 50 to 60 minutes, I think's what Mom had down. Oh, well, they smell good before they're baked, so I can imagine how they're going to smell afterwards. Okay, I'm going to get my pumpkin. I almost forgot what what I baked there. My pumpkin bread. I'm going to flip them out so they'll cool. I hope it flips out anyway. Hope it didn't stick. There you go. I couldn't do none of them hand mitts on. There's my mommy's pumpkin bread. And I'll be back later after it cools and and slice it and do a taste test and let you know how it tastes. And I hope it's as good as hers. I might have put too much milk in it, I don't know. Okay, it's cooled a little bit and I'm gonna try it. I couldn't wait till it got completely cold. That's as good as it smelled. It smelled good and it is good. You gotta fix this, you all try it. My mama was a good hand when she came to baking the breads. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. I'm gonna show you how to fix my macaroni salad. Put your water to boiling, put your macaronis in there, and cook them till they're done. While my macaronis are cooking, I'm gonna cut up my eggs. I put 10 eggs to a 16-ounce box of macaronis. I boiled these eggs for 10 minutes. That's how long I boil my eggs. Okay, my macaronis are done. So I'm gonna drain them. Make some good and cold water, and that way they don't stick. The macaroni, if you don't rinse them in cold water like that, they usually want to clam together. So this right here keeps it from it. Add salt, pepper, mustard. I already had my onions chopped up onions. Now I'm going to add my chopped up eggs. That was a small bell pepper. I put bell pepper in. I put my green pepper in. Now I just put my mayonnaise. I don't hardly ever measure anything because I do a taste test. And if it's not got enough mayonnaise or mustard, salt, pepper, just add to it. Feels about right, so time for a taste test. I need more salt. Stir it up and keep tasting it until you get it the way you want it. Now this right here is good with hot meals you put on the table, and it's real good with Ritz crackers. That's the way a lot of them, the leftovers, that's the way they eat it. They eat it with the next day or something with Ritz crackers. Ready for another taste test. I do this so I can eat it beforehand. That's just right. And that's how you make my macaroni salad. Y'all hungry? Hello, it's Mamaw Gail. And I'm getting ready to fix some cowboy beans. 2.5 pounds hamburger meat. You mash hamburger meat up. Now, I've got my stove turned down like on medium. And added the onion. I already got it chopped up and everything. Okay, my hamburger meat's done. Now I'm gonna get ready and drain it. Now I'm adding the home style Bush's baked beans. 2 cans. That's what I use. Then I use a 1/2 cup of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. That's about the only kind I use. That's what I like. Then you want to put a 1/2 cup of ketchup. 3 tablespoons brown sugar. 1, 2, 3. Now just stir it all together, and then I put my lid on it and simmer it for about, probably about 20 minutes or so, I guess. This is really easy to fix, and it's a family favorite. Okay, my cowboy beans are done. Now we're gonna do a little taste test. Yeah, those are good. It don't need nothing else. And they are a perfect thing to cook for a cookout. Y'all hungry? Hello, it's Mamaw Gail. Today I'm gonna make a video of my chicken casserole. I've got a couple of my grandkids here today, and I'm gonna feed them, like I usually do. Okay, just preheat your oven to 400. I've already made up my stuffing. I use the cornbread stuffing for my chicken casserole. This stuffing's really simple. All you have to do is just go by the directions on the back of the box. I put half at a time because I double layer it. Okay, I've already cooked my chicken. I'm using chicken breast, tenderloins. That's what I cooked. And I've done got it shredded. I got one grandson that's starving. He just got off work. That is hard. So what I'm going to do next is 1 can of cream of chicken soup and 1 can of cream of celery soup. Then I'm going to get 1 can of water. Now just stir that. Got my soup stirred up. I'm just going to drizzle it all over here. I don't want to pour it on because I am a klutz. I'd get more on there and then I wouldn't have enough for my top layer. That's the way I do. But I could have got me a little dipper over there. It'd been easier, wouldn't it? Now I'm going to get a little bit of cheese. Now the cheese I'm using is that mild cheddar. I don't use a lot of fat because it's a little bit stronger, I think, than other cheese, and I'm not a real big cheese person. But now you all can use whatever kind of cheese you want to use, or how much you want to use. Now I'm going to start off with my second layer. And this is going to be a little bit more of a problem because you don't want to scoot all that cheese and everything around too much. Maybe just dab it on there. It don't matter how it goes. Okay, I've just about got it covered. Second layer is all you do is just layer it again just like you done the first layer. Your stuffing and your chicken and your soup and your cheese. Now just add the rest of your soup over the top of it. Like I said earlier, it don't matter what kind of cheese you use. Or just use what you like. And it's a good way of getting rid of the random cheese that you've got in your refrigerator. If you wanna get rid of it, just mix it up, put it on there, it don't matter. Now I've got everything on there. You see how I done this part? With very little cheese. That's my part, because I don't care a lot for a lot of cheese. But everybody else does. So I leave that little section for me. Now I'm getting ready to put it in the oven. I'll leave it in there about 15 to 20 minutes till the cheese gets good and melted, bubbly, and take it out and it's ready. Okay, it's done. All the cheese is melted. All fixed with the chicken casserole, my home canned green beans, mashed potatoes, and corn. Okay, it's ready. You all hungry? Hello, it's Mamaw Gail again. I'm getting ready to fix meatloaf. Okay, I've got a 1 cup measuring cup, and I'm still not sure exactly how much I need. I have to eyeball it. So far that's 2 cups. Then I pour a little bit in my pan. Now I'm gonna put 2 eggs. If you're just making like a half of this much hamburger meat, I'd always just use 1 egg. But where I'm fixing for so many today, I have to use a 5-pound roll of hamburger meat. And I just kind of put those eggs up in my tomato juice. And then I put salt. Like I said, I don't know exactly how much. You all can judge that part for yourself whenever you fix it. Some people like a whole lot of salt. Some people like a little bit. But you can put it in, but you can't take it out. Now in goes a whole chopped green pepper, and then 1 large onion chopped. I kind of stir that around a little bit to get it mixed up. Then I add me some crushed crackers. Now a lot of people, you can use crackers, just crackers if you want to, or you can use just oatmeal. Now me, I usually just fix it with oatmeal whenever I fix it just for me and my husband or a couple more, but there's a lot of people like the family wants it fixed with crackers. So I usually use both. I'd say I probably used maybe a pack of crushed crackers and then probably about a cup of oatmeal. And I just get my hamburger meat, put it in there, and make sure you wash your hands. Gotta have clean hands for this now. This is not something that you can use a spoon to stir it up, because you've got to smush it with your hands. You just get down there and get all that from the bottom. Just squish it and work it until you get it all worked in there. If you're not fixing such a big meatloaf like I am, it's a whole lot easier. Just use half the ingredients of what I put in this one. And I get my burger meat out. Squish it around in my pan. And I think this pan is like an 11 by 16. Okay, I just about got it in here. Just kind of flatten it out a little bit to where it's just feels kind of even to you all over. Okay, I washed my hands. I didn't want to grab hold of my bottle of tomato juice with greasy hands. I just kind of spread some tomato juice around on top of it. It's ready to go in the oven. Now I'll leave my oven on 400 and bake it maybe 30-35 minutes or something. Then I'll turn it down to 350. Okay, now it's time to turn my oven down to 350. Probably for about, see, 30 minutes. Probably about 40 minutes. When I get it out of the oven, that's what I do. I put ketchup on the top of it. And I just kind of put it like that right there all over it. I'm slicing it so I can get it out of this pan of grease, because you don't want it to sit in there very long. And put it in a plate. There we go. Let it drain a minute, or a second, not a minute. And then that on the plate. Okay, it's ready. Y'all hungry? Hello, it's Mamaw Gail, and today I'm fixing a beefy noodle dinner for my family. And of course, again, here's 5 pounds of hamburger meat. And if you're fixing for a smaller family, you don't have to use as much. Now this is another family favorite. They love it. Just get this all chopped up in here and everything, and I just fry it on my electric skillet because it's a big one. I don't remember exactly what size it is, maybe a 13 to 16 or something like that, but it's big. And now I'm gonna add 4 small onions. I know it sounds like a lot of onions, but that much meat, you gotta have a lot of onion. Now I'll just mash all this up and everything, and I'll fry it until it browns. And I'll get back with you. Okay, this is a browning, so chop this meat up a little bit more, and it's almost ready to drain. What I'm doing now is I'm halving this meat and onion mixture into another pot because I've got 4 bags of noodles, and they're all not going to fit in just this one. Okay, I added 8 cups of beef broth. Now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of whipping cream. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I can't hardly say it like that either, like my friend Kitty Shrink says, because I can't hardly pronounce that word. Worcestershire sauce is a little tad easier, not much. I'm going to put a little garlic powder. Just add it to your liking. A lot of people like a lot of it. Like a lot of people just like a little bit, like me. I don't care too much for garlic powder, so that'd be enough. Okay, now I'm going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup. And now I'm just going to stir all this up. Turn my skillet on high, and when that starts to boil, that's when I'll add my noodles. And now I'm going to add my noodles. I'm going to use 2.5 bags. I've got the wide egg noodles, is what I'm using. Stir this up and see how much liquid I've got in there, and if I've not got enough, then I'm going to add, probably about a cup and a half of water. And I'm going to just add a little water. Now, all I'm going to do is put the lid on it and let it cook for about 10 or 12 minutes, just till your noodles get done. Okay, it's ready. It's done. Don't that look good? It smells pretty good. Okay, everything's ready.
Y'all hungry?
Hello, it's Mamaw Gail. I'm going to fix a honey bun cake. My granddaughter is having a baby shower. Well, she wanted me to bake one of these cakes because she absolutely loves them. And you know what she said? She said that she was going to put it in the refrigerator and take it home with her. So we're going to see how that goes, because there's too many of the family members that loves this cake. So I bet she's not going to have none to take home. First thing you do is preheat your oven on 325. Mix this up first. Cup of packed brown sugar, 1 and a half teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Okay, that's 1.5. Gotta stir that up real good. Okay, I think I've got that stirred up real good. Now you want to just set that aside. Your bowl. 1 pack of yellow cake mix. You want to use 3 eggs, 3/4 cups of oil. My 3/4 cups, my other granddaughter used it this morning. It's in the dishwasher, so I had to use my 1/4 cup. And an 8-ounce sour cream. And then I add a 1/4 cup of water. I have to use my whisk instead of my electric beater this time because she used my mixer and she put the beaters in the dishwasher, so that's where they're at too. She just wants to make everything hard for me, don't she? I whispered a little bit because she's in the living room. See, that's the way you do it. You put her coming in here stirring it since she used my beaters and got them dirty.
It's okay, I do all the work.
Okay, now that she's got it beat up for me, you want to pour half of it in your greased 9x13 pan. Now that you got half of your batter in there, you want to take your brown sugar and cinnamon that you mixed up and just spread it all in there. This is the good part. Okay, once you've put the whole thing of brown sugar and cinnamon, then you want to put the rest of your cake mix batter over the top of that. It's kind of thick, so now just kind of lightly spread that around in there. This is the hardest part there are to this cake. It's an easy cake to fix. If you get a little bit mixed in with that cake mix, I don't think it's going to hurt nothing as far as that goes. Okay, that's all you got to do. Now just put it in the oven on 325 for 40 minutes. Okay, now that's what I'm getting ready to do is make the glaze that goes on top of the cake. And I usually do that while the cake's baking. 2 cups of powdered sugar. I need to get lights changed, you all. Got some on the way. Teaspoonful of vanilla. And 4 tablespoons of milk. I found that one easy because that's the biggest spoon there are here. Now, all you do is just stir that up real good. Okay, my cake's done. Turn my oven off. Okay, it's done. That's how I test my cakes. Now, while it's hot, the glaze that you fixed and set aside, you just want to pour it all over the top of it. Like that right there. Now, I'll let it cool a little bit and I'll cut a piece of it and show you what it looks like. And I'll tell my granddaughter that I got the first piece. There's a lot of my family that don't like honey buns, just regular honey buns. But if you don't like honey buns, you still need to try this cake because they love it. Don't that look good? That is so good. It really is. So you need to try it. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. I'm fixing tater gravy today. I've had a lot of comments on that last video that I had asking what tater gravy was, and there are a lot of comments that wanted me to show them how to fix it. So today that's what I'm doing. First you got to peel every how many potatoes that you're wanting to fix for every how many you're wanting to fix for. Now you want to wash your potatoes, and I usually, if they're a good sized potato, I'll 4th them. If they're a small potato, I just half them. Now I'm gonna put them on the stove to cook. Turn my stove on high until they start boiling. Now you want to salt and pepper, even a tablespoon of shortening. Now a lot of people want to know why didn't I put butter in this. Well, if I'm just cooking regular potatoes, I do use butter. But if I'm fixing tater gravy, I won't shortening or lard. That's the way my mommy always fixed it, and that's the way I fix it because it does change the taste of your tater gravy if you use butter. Okay, I forgot. When you put this on, put your water just a little ways over your potatoes because that's the juice that you're going to use. You don't want to drain these potatoes. And don't forget the watch party, July the 17th. And I'm hoping to see all my grand fans there. Okay, I turned my stove from medium on down to a medium high to get a bigger boil in my potatoes. I guess they've been cooking about 15 minutes or something. Just cook them till they start getting tender. And then in my little handy dandy shaker cup, as I call it, about a cup of milk. Then I'll put about 3, I guess, spoonfuls of self-rising flour. Now you just shake, 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 and burp. I done told you in my last video where I done this, why I had to burp it. Because if you don't, the lid's gonna fly off and this is gonna go everywhere. I think I shook it long enough. I just want to pour it in slow. Potato gravy is a whole lot different than typical gravy or regular gravy or whatever, because this right here is how it's fixed. And this right here is going to thicken all this juice up. And you serve this with cornbread. Now really you don't need a shaker cup. Just, you can put it in a glass or a cup or something and beat that flour up real good with a fork or something so that it's real smooth, so that you won't have no lumps. See, I'm not getting no lumps in it. I'll just more or less let this boil about 5 minutes and let cook that flour in there. Then it'll be done. Okay, it's done, y'all. See how thick that gravy is? That's gonna be good with some cornbread. And you can even serve like salmon patties or tuna patties, or just green beans, really just whatever you want to serve with it, you can serve it with it. Now this is the way I like to eat it. Remember that bread in there? See a big tater in there? Put that gravy right on that top of that cornbread. I'm gonna do a taste test. But I've got to let this cool a minute first because it's gonna burn my tongue off. I think it's cool enough. I don't know for sure. Just takes me back to my childhood. Cause Mom, she liked food like this, but now we didn't have a whole lot growing up. And when Mom would get low or something, she'd always find something to fix us. If it was just cornbread and tater gravy. But it was filling, and we liked it. So I still enjoy it to this day. And hopefully you will too if you try it. Y'all hungry? Hello, it's Mamaw Gail. And today, I'm fixing taco salad. Everybody was impressed about my 5-pound roll of hamburger meat. Well, this time I've got a 10-pound roll because I'm making taco salad and tacos. For the ones that don't like taco salad, they can eat tacos. Okay, now I gotta get all this hamburger meat mashed up. And people's asked about this. All I know it's a meat masher, but I got it from Rada. That's what I call it. I don't know exactly what it's called. It might be what it's called. I don't know. I know it sure comes in handy when you're trying to chop up hamburger meat or something. Now my hamburger meat's ready to drain, or ground beef, or what you want to call it. So now you want to add your water. I already had it measured out in that bowl. And go by the back of the taco mix packs. In this, where I'm using 5 pounds of hamburger meat, I'm using 5 packs of taco mix. Now each pack of these called for 2/3 cups of water. And you want to cook it about 3 to 4 minutes. I'll probably cook it for 5. It's a good measure. That's what I usually do anyway. She's fixing the tacos while I'm fixing the taco salad. And this right here is pretty well fixed the same way. Except I'm going to add 2 cans of whole kernel corn to mine. Now I'll just cook it for about 4 or 5 minutes. My daughter's pouring that in the bowl for me because that was too heavy for me to pick up. Now it's time for the fun part, which is some Doritos. Mash them up. I'm using what they call my witch spot. Of course, you wouldn't be fixing this unless you're fixing like me. It's about, I got almost 25 here to feed. And it takes this and tacos for the ones that don't like the salad. Now, I'm going to add the hamburger meat. Stir it up. Not sure how much cheese to put, but I guess you put as much as you want to. And that's good enough for me because I don't care much for cheese. They can add to it. Now here I've used 1 large onion. Now I use 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Cans, but you can cut up tomatoes if you prefer for that kind of tomato. But I would have, but Walmart's tomatoes didn't look very good yesterday, so I didn't get none. And the grandbaby that you hear in the background is my new great-granddaughter. She's just 4 months old, I think. I can't keep up with her ages. I got too many of them. That sounds so cute, don't it? Use 1 large lettuce head and zesty Italian dressing. I just used half of this big bottle, but it'll probably take more than that, really, so that they can add to it if they want it in there. I might have enough for some, but some might add more to it. Then just dollop of sour cream. You looking at it, baby doll? This is my love bug. I'm gonna do a taste test. Love it. I bug. Y'all hungry? My baby hungry? Look at it. I'm gonna show you what's left when you've got to feed a crowd. Look at this. And that will probably be eaten before the night's out. Hi, it's Mamaw Gail, and I'm going to show you how I made my sausage gravy. First, I'm going to open the sausage and put it in the skillet. It's I use the Swaggerty's mild. I don't like the hot, because anything hot I can't eat. I don't like hot stuff. Okay, I'm just going to chop it up in my skillet and turn the skillet down a little bit more. Brown your sausage and kind of stir it and grab it up like that. Oh, I forgot. I used the 1 pound roll of Swaggerty sausage. Okay, now not a lot of grease come out of that, so I'm going to add some shortening to it. And then I'll put my flour in and see what it does, because I know about how much flour to use to how much gravy I'm fixing. And if it's not enough, I'll add some more. But first, I'm going to put in some pepper. Some salt. Gotta have pepper and salt in that gravy. Now I'm gonna put my flour. Okay, I'm counting you all. I put about 3, 3.5, something like that. Spoonfuls of flour. Then just keep stirring it until you get all that flour cooked in with that sausage. And make up my milk. I use evaporated milk. I always use evaporated milk for all my gravies, except my chicken gravy. I just use water for my chicken gravy. And some water. It don't matter really how much gravy I fit, because I'll put some more gravy. Because my husband likes leftover gravy. So what's left over, I'll just put it in the refrigerator and he'll eat it. It might not look too tasty right now, but it'll taste better than it looks after a while. Now I think it's ready for my milk. Now, all you do now is just stir it till it gets thick. Yeah, you just gotta stand here and stir. The key to making gravy is just having patience. Because you gotta stand here and stir it. Okay, my biscuits are done. It's almost ready. It's getting thicker. See? Looks good, don't it? It's almost as thick as I want it. And if it gets too thick, then I'll just add a little tad more water. Once it starts bubbling real good like this right here, cook it a minute or 2 or whatever, and then it don't usually get no thicker. And I don't like my gravy real thick that you have to use a knife to cut it. I don't like real thick gravy. So I'm going to do a taste test for you now. It's good, but now I gotta have a biscuit with my gravy. That's some pretty good gravy, if I have to say so myself. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. I'm getting ready to fix an easy peanut butter pie. First, 2 boxes of instant vanilla pudding, 2 cups of cold milk. I use 2%, but you can use whatever you use. It don't matter. And I'm gonna beat this till it's mixed up a little bit. Oh, I better put the lid on the hat now. I'm gonna have pudding all over the place. I almost forgot my lid. Okay, I beat that for about 2 minutes. It's good and thick. Now, here's where it's at. I don't know how much peanut butter I put. You know me. I put it to my taste. Well, there's 1 spoonful. 2 spoonfuls. Okay, I'll wait a minute. I'll taste that before I see. Beat this up. Okay, this is about the right consistency that you want. And if it's too thick for you or something, just add a little tad more milk. Now I'm gonna fold in, not hardly half, about 2 spoonfuls of Cool Whip. I done my taste test, and I think what peanut butter I put in it was enough, and the Cool Whip. So now I'm just going to put it in my graham cracker pie crust. This is a real good and easy, simple dessert. And where you see it, just don't take no time to throw it together. If you take the urge and want something sweet right fast, kind of spread it around in your pie shell like that right there. Got a big spoon. Now the rest of your Cool Whip goes right there. Spread that around on it, or ever how much you want to put on it. You can put all of it if you want to, or just ever how much you want to stick on there. Now I didn't put all of it on there. I just left a little bit because I got a granddaughter in there that loves Cool Whip, so she'll finish that off in a minute. I saved her some. But right there's how you do your peanut butter pie. Just put it in the fridge for a couple hours, and it's done. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail, and I'm going to fix my easy beef stew bake. Now you can use any brand of beef stew that you want to. I use 2 20-ounce cans. Now I'm going to rinse my cans out with a little bit of water because this beef stew is not very juicy. Okay, pour that water in there, and the beef stew will get a little bit juicier as it cooks. Now for the good part, I want to fix some cornbread to put over the top of it. Now that's about 1.5 cups, I guess, self-rising cornmeal. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 cup self-rising flour. I use more cornmeal than I do flour when I fix this. Stir it a little bit. Shake your buttermilk. Pour a little tad in there. Ever how much you want. Put 1/2 cup, a whole cup. Make it all mixed in with it or something, but I just use a little bit of buttermilk, and then I use the rest water. Okay. Now just stir that real good to where it's kind of thin, because you want to pour it on there. I'm not going to dip it out like you would a biscuit or nothing. I'm just going to pour it. See? Pour that way. Okay, just give it a pour all over the place. It's hard for me to talk and pour too, so gotta overlook me sometimes. I get to thinking about what I'm doing and I don't think of what I'm really doing. It's just me. Put it in the oven on 400, and I'll have to wait till it comes out to tell you how long to bake it, because I don't never time it. I just bake it till my bread gets done. There we go. Okay, it's done. Look how good that looks. I baked it about 40 minutes. Now I'm going to get some out and do a taste test for you. Well, it's a tad hot right now. I'll let it cool and I'll be right back. Okay, I cooled me a bite, so I'm going to taste it. I know you might think it's not going to be good, but give it a try. because it really is good. Y'all hungry? Around here, a lot of people call them funeral sandwiches. Hi, it's Mamaw Gail, and today I'm going to show you how I fix bologna salad sandwiches. First, you get, I buy the roll of bologna. I think it's a little bit better and stronger than the packs of bologna that you get for sandwiches. And I'm going to use my grinder thing here that I got from TikTok. I've seen so many on there using this, and so I thought I'm gonna get me one, try it. It's the first time using it, so I don't know how it's gonna work for me. Yeah, this thing's working pretty good for me. I ain't never had nothing like this before. I kept seeing it, and I thought, I'm gonna get me one of them things to try it. Now, I'm gonna grind up a can of luncheon meat, which is a 12-ounce can, original luncheon meat, and grind in with this. Get it like this before I grind it in that thing. Don't have to wash it because I'll get in there anyway, so it don't matter. But I do like my little grinder thing. It makes it so much easier. I like my little doodads. Now I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. I've got 6 slices of cheese. Okay, here we go. Yeah. You see what it's doing? Yeah, it's getting it. I used like a 2.5 pound of bologna, but you see how much that is in that can of luncheon meat and my cheese. Now I'm gonna add my mayonnaise. I don't know exactly how much. Sorry, my phone rang, and I don't know how much mayonnaise I put, but I just put it to where I know it's enough. That's all I know to do. There's 2 big spoonfuls of that. I'll try that for now. Mustard. I don't know how to measure that either. Just squirt you some in there. Sweet relish. You all, I love my sweet relish. 1, 2. Start off with 3. Then do a taste test. Now just stir it up real good. You can pretty well tell by the way it feels or whatever if it's going to have enough mayonnaise and stuff in it. And then the rest of the stuff, just put it in there to your taste. That's what I do. And I can already tell it's not going to be enough mayonnaise. I just do a little bit at a time because that way I don't get too much. Okay, I added another spoon of mayonnaise. I'm going to do a taste test to see if I need any more. I might need a little bit more mayonnaise, but I definitely need more pickle. Now that's not the spoon I used to do a taste test. I got me another spoon. Now we'll stir it up a little bit and try it again. You more or less just fix this to your taste. You all, that's what I do. Time for another taste test. I think it's pretty good, but I've got some family here that can test it too to tell me if it needs this or that in it. I'm going to make a sandwich here. All right, come in here, Darl, or Grill Master, as you all know him. He likes a lot of it. Let's see if I got it right.
Spot on.
Don't need nothing else?
I don't think so.
Done a good job that time, didn't I? Okay, now that's how I make my bologna salad for sandwiches. Y'all hungry? Hi, it's Mamaw Gail. Now I'm going to make a peach cobbler for dessert. I'm using sliced peaches. This is a 14.8 ounce can, but they didn't have the big cans at the store, so I had to get the little ones, and I'm using 4 of them. Now this pan is bigger than a 9x13, so if you want to use a 9x13, you might need to use maybe 3 cans. Now I know this pan don't look the best there was, but it's clean, and it's just been used a lot over the years. And what I do, I just kind of chop my peaches up, slice them in half. Don't have to if you don't want to, but that's the way I like to do it. That way you don't get such a big bite of peach. I like just bite size. I got a thank you card through the mail from Holly, and I want to thank you. I really appreciate you're thinking about me and liking my posts, and I'm glad that I can brighten your day and anybody else's day that I can. Now I'm going to use some ground cinnamon. All the family loves their cinnamon in the peach cobbler. Me personally, I don't care for it. They like it, so I fix it the way everybody else likes it. And then I also add some sugar to this too. I added almost a half a cup, but not hardly, because I used the peaches in their heavy syrup instead of in their natural syrup. So just stir that up good. Now I'm going to make the dough. Now I'm going to use, if you use a 9x13 pan, just put like 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of milk. But where this pan is a little bigger than that, I'm going to use 1.5 of each. There's my flour. Sugar. Now you just want to kind of stir your sugar and your flour up a little bit to get it mixed a little tad. 1.5 cups milk. Now just stir that up real good until you get it all incorporated. Now just take your mixture and just pour it all over your peaches, like so. I'm going to put this in the oven, then I'll clean my mess later. I bake it on 400, probably about 40 to 45 minutes. And remember, when you pour that your dough in there and on your peaches, do not stir. Okay, my peach cobbler's done. Looks good, don't it? Now, when I get it out of the oven, I sprinkle this cinnamon sugar all over the top of it. Now I'm going to get me a little bit out here to taste of it. I'll probably have to let it cool a little bit though, because look at that steam. It's still hot. Hot, hot. Now, the best way to eat this is a little dab of ice cream. Right there. That'll help cool it down a little tad too. That's good. Y'all hungry? I don't fix biscuits like everybody else. I just do it the easy way. Hello, it's Mamaw Gail. This morning I'm going to fix my grandbabies that spent the night with me. I'm going to fix them some biscuits and chocolate gravy. First I'm going to put my grease in here for my biscuits. You don't want to get the grease too hot, just melted. Mama used to do it like this all the time. I guess she got tired of mixing up the dough and putting flour and rolling them out and all that. I use about 2 cups of flour. A little indentation in there, like that. And about everybody uses buttermilk. Now I like buttermilk in my cornbread, but I really don't care for it in my biscuits. So I use regular milk for my biscuits. But you can fix them any way you want to, ever how you like them. And that was probably a tablespoonful of shortening. Now I just give it a stir. It's kind of thick, so I just add water. That looks about right. I just stir it long enough to Get it, most of the lumps out of it. And then I just start dipping. Then if I've got any extra left a little bit, I just dab it on top. Just makes them thicker and fluffier. Then I just melt a little bit of shortening to dab on top of my biscuits. That right there keeps them from getting hard on the tops of them. And that's what my mommy always used to do. So I do a whole lot of stuff like my mommy always done it. Okay, they're ready to go in the oven. Bake them on 425. And I set my timer for 20 minutes. And I've already told you what that's for. So I don't forget them and burn them. Okay, my biscuits are done. My timer went off, so I'm gonna put my biscuits on roll until they get golden brown on top. And they're done. See how pretty they are? And not near as much work as the way you do them, I don't think. There we go. Now, look at there, what a pretty biscuit. And they're good too. Okay, y'all, my chocolate gravy's done. I'll be posting a video on how to fix this next. Come join me.